they found this seal and they said this is Shiva because he has horns and 3 faces and is covered with jewelry. And then his feet, as you can see, are bovine feet. Bovine, the cow.
Like Baal or something.
Yeah. And then there's also goat with long horns. So when a person is practicing yoga, they are linking their mind with Shiva's mind.
Wow.
All yoga gurus who have been trained, they call it RYT, registered yoga teacher, 300 or 500, that is basically 300 hours or 500 hours. So they all would know Patanjali. And he is called as the author of all yoga principles. Now when somebody wants to look into the life of this character called Patanjali, who is the author of all of the yoga principles, whether it is meditation or stretching and all of that, people attribute it to Patanjali. But who is Patanjali? Generally, in Hindu websites, they state that he lived around 2000 years ago or 1500 years ago or 2500 years ago approximately, and nobody really knows where exactly he lived. However, who was he? When we look into who was Patanjali, it tells, one of the Hindu website tells that he was an ancient serpent.
Whoa.
I've heard this story before.
Yeah, right?
So Adi Sesha. Sesha means serpent. Adi means ancient. Ancient serpent. Not only that, he has another name as well. And he's also called as a wise Ananta Sesha. Ananta means wisdom. So basically, Patanjali is ancient wise serpent.
Wow.
And he wrote the principles of yoga that everybody practices today.
It's like there's like one story and they just keep finding different angles to tell the one story to all the different cultures. I mean, that's fascinating.
I'm surprised it's not any older than 2,000 years ago. I think it would be older than that.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about one more character who was more ancient than Patanjali. We're getting to that in a few slides.
The truth really will set you free, and as Christians, we have an advantage. Because imagine if you just never heard the Bible ever, and you hear, well, all around the world, people worship serpents, and there's this crown, this serpent that needs to go to my crown chakra, and all you hear is this one angle, that he's wise, that he wants to open your eyes, he wants to give you wisdom, he tells you you're like God. Then that's going to look like this is the truth because you hear it all around. It's in cultures everywhere. But we have the Bible that says, no, he was the one that deceived humanity, and that's why we're in this big mess. And yet the whole world will worship him. It says that the dragon, that old serpent, deceives the whole world, and yet we see it right there.
So was Kundalini yoga like one of the first kinds because of his association with a serpent, or was that serpent piece kind of always there from the beginning?
So the serpent piece was always there from the beginning, but even before that, the primary name associated to yoga is Shiva. Okay. And we're going to look into who is Shiva.
The destroyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the destroyer, yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's a serpent around his neck. So wherever there is Shiva, except for certain forms, but most of the forms of Shiva, there's always a serpent, especially a cobra, not just any serpent, not like a rattlesnake, cobra.
Why the cobra? Just it's the king of the snakes?
Because it is the most wisest of the serpent species, according to science. So from whom did yoga originate? Lord Shiva, says the quote. Among the great deities of Hinduism, most personifies the practice of yoga. As Yogeshwara, the great lord of yoga, Adi-yogi and Mahayogi, he rules over all aspects of yoga related to body, which is stretching, mind and consciousness. For those looking to understand the origins of yoga and the role of all yoga practices within it, they must first look to Lord Shiva. not only related to historical teachings, but as the eternal presence of yoga as a supreme consciousness behind the universe.
See, that's what I'm saying by you can't just take that and ascribe that to God.
Yeah.
That's not what they're saying that's connection is.
Yeah. Then, according to Hindu philosophy, Lord Shiva, the source of yoga, danced the world into existence and gave it order. The universe is thus viewed as Nataraja, the cosmic dance of Shiva. Because of the New Age teachings that is entered into Christianity, when Christians say that, okay, talk to God, talk to universe, talk to the Lord, talk to universe, that is so wrong in many levels, because universe is not God.
Yeah.
It's not Jesus Christ. Universe is Shiva.
So you're going to say who this is, what he's standing
Yes. So this is a form of Shiva. It's called Nataraja, and he's called as Nataraja in this form. Nataraja means Lord of Dance and Acting and Drama. And music also evolved from him, they say.
on? Oh, interesting.
Yes.
You always hear that Lucifer was like the chief of music. You know,
Yeah.
that his whole body was made up out of instruments.
Yeah. So some people say this is a male child.
Yeah.
And then some of them say it's not a male child, it is a demon of ignorance. And Shiva is the god of knowledge. And so he's crushing the male child. Does it ring a bell, male child?
Man, child. Is that Jesus?
Yeah. And
Which is really kind of a reversal of the
Course.
prophecy in the Garden of Eden that,
Yeah.
it would bite the heel and
yes,
the heel would crush his kingdom.
yes, it's a reverse.
Yeah.
It's a reverse.
Wow.
This is interesting.
I know. I never saw that. I mean, I've seen the statue a million times, but
Yeah.
did not know the details of that.
Yeah, neither.
That is fascinating.
I didn't even knew the details of it. I've seen that as well. All my life I've seen it. It's any Indian Hindu-owned restaurant will have this statue.
Oh, yeah.
In the US or anywhere in the world, because it's the most popular form of Shiva.
What are some other forms besides the serpent and this form?
Oh, okay. So there are many forms. He has many forms. There's a form called as Dakshina Murti in Sanskrit language. Dakshina means south facing. Murti means teacher. And viewers can actually, if you can Google, you can find Dakshina Murti. I think it is DAKSHN as a Nancy A, MURTHY or MURTHI. And then you will see in Wikipedia, you will see the picture of him from at a temple where he's seated under tree of knowledge.
What's with the crossing of the leg? Does that have some significance?
Yes, so one is male, the other one is female side.
Oh,
Half male and half woman, half male.
gotcha.
Yeah. So the Dakshinamurti, he is a teacher that teaches under the tree of knowledge. And even at his feet there is a male
It's
figure.
blue in the
blue.
picture.
Yeah. And most of those temples of Dakshinamurti form of Shiva, they are built facing the south because he's a south-facing teacher. In other words, the devotees have to face the sides of the north.
Oh, okay.
I will ascend the sides of the north
Yeah.
Yeah.
above the clouds.
Yeah.
I'll be like the Most High.
Yes. You see the parallels?
A lot of
So when a person is practicing yoga, they are linking their mind with Shiva's mind.
Wow. And obviously the destroyer, I mean, it's so opposite than God, right? I've come to give them life that they may have it more abundantly. It's the opposite of destruction and ruining them, you know?
Yeah.
and he's the creator, but Shiva supposedly created out of chaos,
Yeah.
which is also taught in
Freemasonry.
science. you
order out of chaos.
Big
That's
bang
very-
explosion, but yet it's a perfect, beautiful creation.
Yeah.
Whereas God, he spoke it. He
Yeah.
spoke it and it became, because he is the truth. Everything he speaks comes to existence.
So I just want to go back to the Dakshinamurti part. So anyway, so devotees have to worship him facing the sides of the north. So that's one form. And then another form is he's also an alien because he does not belong to the human race, whereas Christ belongs to the human race. He became Son of Man. When he's coming back second advent, he's called as Son of Man. And he says that he's our brother. So Shiva does not say that. To my knowledge, he's never said, I'm your brother. So he is not of the human race. And he's also called as a universe. He's also called as a supreme beggar.
Supreme beggar?
Supreme beggar, yeah. And as you can see, there's always a serpent with him. And then there's always a trident.
Yeah.
A pitchfork, a trident, as you could say. This is another form of Shiva. This form, he is called as Pashupati. Pashupati means Lord of the Beasts. He's a Lord of the Beasts. And he's also called as a horned deity by archaeologists.
By archaeologists?
Yes.
Okay.
Archaeologists
They
call...
wear horns often.
So there's been... this is called the Pashupati seal. It is in the Delhi Museum today. It's 5,000 years old approximately, according to archaeologists. And it was discovered in the Harappan civilization site, which is actually the north and northwest part of India. Harappan civilization was the largest ancient civilization and advanced civilization. It's around 5,000 years old civilization. Wow. And they found the seal, and they said this is Shiva because he has horns and 3 faces and is covered with jewelry. And
3
then his
faces.
yeah.
Another counterfeit, I think.
And then his feet, as you can see, are bovine feet.
Bull feet?
Bovine, the cow.
And the word cow.
Oh, okay. So, like cow, is that what we said? Cow?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Baal or something?
Yeah.
And it's surrounded by animals.
So by animals, yeah. And then there's also goat with long horns.
The goat. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, as Christians, we just have such an advantage knowing these symbols of the goat and the serpent and all these things.
So again, this is 5,000-year-old seal, and it exists till today. And this is Shiva. And it's interesting that the archaeologists said that he was covered with jewelry, precious stones.
Every precious stone was his covering.
Yeah.
If you like this video, like,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell so you know when we launch new videos.
And drop a comment below, and we'll try to get back to you if we can. What?
Say that again.
Oh.
No, I don't know what to say.